OnlyFans thought Lily Phillips banged 100 dudes in a single day.
It's not for the weak, girls. If I'm honest, it was hard.
Then shockingly felt a bit weird about it.
It's not like just having sex with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out, like it feels intense.
Doing a random dude every 5 minutes felt a bit different to the sacred act of lovemaking with one person. Who could have seen that coming? But instant viral fame and a mountain of cash didn't stop the wave of horrendously bad karma come crashing down on her moments later.
Okay, just take
1 minute.
Have you even processed, do you think, what's happened?
Not yet.
I certainly didn't expect to see Lily so upset at the end of it all.
But if you're starting to feel sorry for Lily, well, just keep watching. Phillips then experienced a stunning moment of post-mass coital clarity.
It's very like, it's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense of like...
Wow. I didn't know that. You're telling me now for the first time.
Wow, what a jaw-droppingly insightful revelation. Having sex with men for money is like being a prostitute. No, surely not. I mean, that's the entire premise of OnlyFans. It's online prostitution.
I can't really explain it. I get like serotonin, like from when people are like, oh my God, you're that on the internet.
Alright, this is where you start to raise serious concerns about her past and ask, where are the parents? But Phillips indicated that when she talks to her mum and dad about what she does, she likes to keep it vague.
You've obviously spoken to your parents about this, right?
I actually haven't. My parents know what I do, but I'm not on the phone to them every day. It's not really what my parents would have wanted me to do.
And yet, Lily's mum is her head of finance. Where are the parents? Literally counting the money. Despite her apparently being traumatised by the ordeal, it's really hard to feel much sympathy for Lily, given that she's now openly encouraging other young women to follow in her debauched footsteps.
I saw one other girl put a post up saying she's gonna do it as well, which I don't mind being a trendsetter. That doesn't bother me. I hope other girls like follow my path and things like that and do what they want a little bit more.
That's got to be the most disgusting part, and boy, it faced some stiff competition. Turns out, no, it's not the most disgusting part. Despite the regret, the trauma and the tears, Lily is planning to escalate the vulgarity to a much higher level.
I spent 14 consecutive hours getting ran through, and now I'm going to be doing 24 because I'm going to be going for the world record early February next year. I'm going to go for 1,000.
24 hours, 1,000 men. And yes, I did the maths. 42 an hour. And if she took a 26-second break in between, it's basically 1 a minute. For 24 hours, ChatGPT says it's logistically near impossible. And if the logistical issue of sourcing that many dudes breaks up marriages in the process, she's apparently fine with it.
Girls, please send your husbands and boyfriends my way. I really need them to help break this world record of being with 1,000 guys in 24 hours. Now, I've just pinned the poster on how to apply, so please send them my way.
Given how she's acting in these follow-up posts,
Do you think I look good, Mr. Armstrong?
you really think the tears were genuine at all? Virtually every commentator to speak of has spewed their hot take on this fiasco. But how is the media covering it? Thanks to Ground News, the sponsor of today's video, which you can check out at ground.news/PJW via the link below, or scan the QR code on screen, I can instantly access every story on it and compare coverage. Interesting how this has been covered by more independent media sources than you would usually expect, showing how the mainstream is often late to the show when these kind of cultural controversies emerge. Note how the right-leaning sources also tend to focus more on the negative aspects of what Phillips did, while left-leaning sources tend to avoid making any kind of moral judgment. Ground News helps me track all this and shines a spotlight on misleading narratives. You can check this out for yourself at ground.news/PJW, the link is down below. Social media algorithms can skew the type of news coverage you're exposed to, and actually lead you down rabbit holes that only result in information overload. meaning you miss out on stories that are actually of interest. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed when scrolling Facebook or X, but Ground News helps dissipate all that noise by giving me access to what matters in a clear format in one place, helping me stay informed of breaking news developments as they happen, and more importantly, highlighting what the media isn't covering that could lead to blind spots. I've found Ground News to be an invaluable tool in shaping my daily news digest, so it's never been a better time to check out ground.news/PJW or scan the QR code on screen. They're currently offering my viewers 50% off the Vantage plan, which is the one I use for unlimited access. Crucially, they're independently owned and subscriber funded, so please support their mission to hold the media accountable at ground.news/PJW.
When was the last time you ate?
I think I had a yum yum.
In another stunning example of women take responsibility challenge, impossible, some observers believe they've identified who's really to blame for Lily Phillips' unsightly stunt, and it's men. Shame on the men exploiting Lily Phillips. This girl is so clearly traumatized and she's getting all the shade, not the 100 men who lined up to use her. Honestly, fuck men. Really. Doesn't really feel like she was an unwilling participant, does it? Given that she orchestrated the whole thing and now plans to do it again but 10 times worse.
If you want to be a part of breaking a world record, I have now pinned a poster on my Twitter on how to apply to be one of the 1,000 guys to be with me in 24 hours.
Oh, don't get me wrong, the men involved are utterly degenerate scumbags.
This is where the applications are coming through.
Where the guys are messaging.
I never really think about things before I do them, so I've just kind of do them and then think, oh, you know, was that okay?
Don't ever become a life coach, mate. Just do what you want for instant gratification. Sod the consequences. Literally a recipe for abject misery and despair. But the overwhelming weight of blame lies squarely on Lily herself.
So Kenneth here has travelled all the way from Scotland with his missus because he won a competition to bonk me on the reality check show. So say goodbye to your missus because we're going.
And they say romance is dead. The commercialization of sexual depravity has never been more intense. OnlyFans subscriber base is rising by around 30% a year. And its owner, Leonid Radvinsky, doubled his personal payout from 338 million last year to a grotesque 631 million this year. Strange how in an era of Me Too and hypersensitivity in the culture and media surrounding respect for women, manspreading is vile misogyny, but the glorification of young women as de facto sex robots is female empowerment. 5 years ago, simps were ridiculed on a par with incels. Well, now, thanks to OnlyFans, the simps are legion. Hooked on a cycle of addiction, which is shrinking their brains as fast as it does their bank balance and self-respect. Oh yeah, and apparently you can be a trad Christian virgin and do OnlyFans at the same time.
I don't want anyone thinking that about me. I'm a Christian.
Big doubt. I mean, Jesus did say that prostitutes can enter the kingdom of God. Even the most sinful of sinners can change their ways. But at some point you have to willfully stop sinning before you can be saved. Tristan Tate even suggested that alongside sending Lily prayers, someone should apply to be one of the next 1,000 men. Then right on cue when it's happening, whip out a Bible and put an end to the degeneracy. Christianity reassures us all of the potential for redemption and forgiveness. But given what she's already planning to do next, the likelihood of Lily embarking on a personal road to Damascus feels stultifyingly remote, to say the least. Do these women have no sense of mortality? No sense of perspective? Imagine if somehow she ends up having children. What are they going to think when they find reference to what she did online? She's traded momentary clout and cash for a tortured existence full of pain and regret. There are many ambiguities in this world, but one thing has remained true since the very beginning. Money can buy you convenience, but money can't buy you happiness. And if the cost of convenience is an entire lifetime of hearing the distant but everlasting shriek of a gravely wounded conscience, what will it profit an e-girl if she gains the whole world but forfeits her soul? If you value what I do and you want to help support me, please visit pauljosephwatson.locals.com and either pledge a one-time donation or subscribe to join my community, get early access videos, and message me directly. And exclusive live streams coming soon too. Promise. Check out the Locals link down in the description. And don't forget to take a look at the brand new website modernity.news. That's where you'll find all my content, including exclusive articles. That's modernity.news.